I've made here a binder of some of my favorite recipes, and then I just pick up, I print them out, whatever is tried and true, and I put them in one of these page protectors. Today I am going to be making 4 homemade things. So I'm going to be making no-bake homemade granola bars sweetened with honey, and I'll be making, what's an empty page there? I'll be making easy hummus, better than store-bought. I'll be making homemade sauerkraut and dishwasher detergent tabs. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and get started first with the no-bake homemade granola bars. Okay, so there Talia is sneaking some chocolate chips, and we're using some oats right here that we're going to add into the food processor. 4 cups oats, just regular ones. I didn't use quick oats like the recipe called for, but I just used regular old-fashioned oats, and then I just put them in the Cuisinart, and Talia blended them up to make it a little smaller. So just pulse that a little bit, dumped it in the bowl, and then we're going to pulse up some nuts as well. So we're using 2 cups of nuts, and we just had a mixed nuts with almonds, pecans, cashews, peanuts, and hazelnuts, I think it is. And so we just blended it all up in there. We added in some unsweetened shredded coconut in there, and that was 1 cup of the unsweetened shredded coconut. So now we're just gonna mix those nuts and coconut, shredded unsweetened coconut, in with the oats and just mix it all together in that bowl. So you see me sneaking chocolate chips from time to time. I was really good about the whole no sugar thing for a couple months, and then I think with the move it's kind of gone downhill, but I need to get back on track. But I will say this is a good snack for the kids to be able to snack on these summer months, to get something sweet. We like homemade popsicles and smoothies also, but at least I justify it by saying, well, at least it's not a pure, Hershey's candy bar or something like that. It has some kind of substance to it, the oats and the peanuts and the peanut butter. And then here you see we have peanut butter, and this was the powdered peanut butter they sell at Walmart. It's a Walmart brand. It's the same as PB2. If you've not heard of it, PB2 is just powdered peanuts, and you mix in water, so this stuff lasts forever, and you can just whip up some peanut butter whenever you want, and you know that there's no added stuff in it like high fructose corn syrup or anything like that. So right here I am adding in 1.5 cups of peanut butter, and Talia is over there right now. She's taken the coconut oil and she's measuring out 2 heaping spoonfuls of coconut oil, and she's going to add it into this pot also. And then we will end up adding in 1.25 cups of honey and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we will melt it on the stovetop until it's nice and smooth. She's doing such a good job over there, being a great helper. I kind of just eyeball it sometimes, and I don't always use the measuring utensils. for the most part, it comes out just fine. So close to this point, Talia ends up ditching me. Just kidding. But she helped quite a bit. And Jonah wanted to kind of take over and help because he sees his sister doing something, and he really loves to bake also. He loves to work in the kitchen. So he kind of took over from here. He helped, eat the chocolate chips in the bag, and then he did a lot of that. So did I. But then he's going to help me melt everything down, and he's really good at stirring. So I was happy to have his help. I sped it up a little bit because there's just a lot of stirring over low heat. He couldn't stop smelling it. He said, "Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good." And you think about it, the honey, vanilla, coconut oil, and peanut butter, yes, it smells so good, all mixed together. So now it is time to mix in the melted ingredients with the dry ingredients. So we're just going to quickly pour everything in there and stir until everything is completely mixed in. And then lastly, we'll end up adding in the chocolate chips. So Jonah wants to know when these are going to be ready. And it's going to take a little bit of time. It says to wait an hour and put them in the refrigerator for an hour. But I think that we didn't wait quite an hour. And they were just fine. And Jonah really wants to smell it. He just loves the smell, and he wants to touch it. He wants to touch it and smell it. And touch it some more. And smell it some more. And I'm just using the bottom of a cup to compact it down. You want to compact it down with something so it doesn't crumble. You want to be able to cut it and have it just a solid, piece. So that's what it looks like. And here they are. You can either cut them into granola bar size or bites. I do bite size because they are a lot. There's a lot packed into that little thing. They're very filling and sweet. It's really good with a cup of coffee. It's just, nice to give the kids just a couple pieces every now and then. and so good. I strongly recommend that you make these. And you can add all sorts of different things like cranberries or peanut butter chips or caramel chips or, pumpkin seeds, whatever you want. You can do it however you want. If you just keep the honey and the coconut oil and all that, the main recipe, you could do all these different kinds of add-ins. But this was a really fun one this time. So that's it. A good solid bite. It's definitely something I'll keep in my blue binder, and the kids give it a 10 out of 10 for a taste. All right, now we're moving on to hummus, and I've got Miss Kenzie in the kitchen helping with some hummus, and I don't remember if we doubled this batch or not, but the batch calls for, so this is a batch that makes 6 servings or 1.5 cups, and it calls for a 1/4 cup tahini. And Kenzie is squeezing a lemon here. We're getting some fresh lemon juice from 1 large lemon, which will give us about a 1/4 cup. So we're mixing that in together with the tahini, the 1/4 cup lemon juice and 1/4 cup tahini, making it really nice and smooth. Next, we'll be adding in some olive oil, which will be 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and some minced garlic, which is about 1 small garlic clove, but we just have the pre-minced garlic, so I think I use I love garlic, so I think I use a couple teaspoons or maybe 3. And then we're gonna mix in cumin, and that is a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin and some salt, about a 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. And we're just gonna mix it up again. And as you'll see here in a minute, Kenzie gives the thumbs up of approval. So I'm trying to put everything back. And then we're gonna be adding in the chickpeas. So Kenzie's gonna put the lid back on and start blending until it is whipped into our lovely hummus. Jonah likes to be in the kitchen so much that, as you'll see here, I have to kick him out sometimes because otherwise he'll kick the other children out. So I say, don't worry, you'll get to help again. So anyways, it's Kenzie's turn. She helped make the hummus, and it was really good. We did do a little taste test. And so this will be for the week ahead. We'll just do some carrots, sliced carrots and cucumber. That's what we have now. And that will be a great snack to go along with the granola bars. Thank you, sweet Kenzie. Okay, moving on to fermented cabbage, also known as sauerkraut. So I have some purple cabbage here that I cut up, and my Cuisinart helped me with this too. So I'm just adding in spices, like I think I did fennel and basil and kosher salt, and I think I did a little bit of garlic. And I'm just mixing it around and mashing it, trying to get those juices out, just kind of being aggressive with it. Then I'll let it set for a while and let the salt extract it, and then I'll put it in some mason jars and let it sit out on the counter for a few days, where I just keep it covered in salt and water. I don't have any weights, but it's fine, and it turns into sauerkraut, and then you can refrigerate it and use it for months, and it's really good, but it never lasts that long in our house. We eat it within the week. Okay, now I am moving on to lip balms. It is a different day, hence the different outfit. Sometimes I give myself some tasks in the morning when I feel rejuvenated, revitalized, like I can do it all, and I just can't. I have kids, laundry, food to prepare, kitchen to clean, and then there's just not enough time in the day. So that's okay. It's okay if we have to move things on to a different day. So today I'm making lip balms. I've already melted down the oils. I use a tablespoon of beeswax, a tablespoon of cocoa butter, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I might have doubled the recipe. I can't exactly remember, but that is my recipe. And then I use 1 gram of flavor oil for the 2 ounces of oils and butters and wax. And I used vanilla coconut milk flavor oil, and that is from Wholesale Supplies Plus. And here I am just pouring it into the container. You can see that you get a lot. So I actually think that this is what happened. I accidentally poured in too many grams of flavor oil, so I had to like triple it. That's what happened. So if you do 2 ounces, I think you'll get about 9 lip balms made, which is great for Christmas or family members' birthdays, just to keep on hand, because they do last a while. And I wrap them and then send them to friends and family. I have a little store that I also am a vendor at. So these ones will go to friends and family down the road. And now I am making dishwasher tabs. And this was fun. This was my first time making this. I have done other dishwasher detergent before that didn't work well, so I'm interested to see how this works. I have used it since I've made the video, and it seems to work pretty well. I do make sure my dishes are cleaner than I usually do with the chemical stuff, just because it is not as chemically, which is good. That's why I'm using it. I don't want those chemicals. It's really gross when I'm drinking out of a dish or licking batter off of a spatula, which might be a whole nother level of gross, but it's gross when I can taste the dishwasher detergent. With this, it's just pretty pure ingredients, and here they are. They're a little crumbly, but they work, and it's okay if I get some powder. I'll just throw that in too. If you'd like, you can pause it right here and get the recipe. I'm going to post it. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed week.